Hi everybody. So today everyone is talking about this sound that people are hearing in one of two ways. I'll play the sound for you.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel.
So to me that sounds very clearly like Laurel. Along with it seems about half of people, but there's apparently about another half of people who hear this who hear it as something more like Yanny. I'll play it one more time.
Laurel,
So some people are saying that shifting the pitch of this sound can affect the perception of it as either Laurel or Yanny, and I think that that's not quite right. I'm a researcher who studies pitch perception, and I think that actually what's going on here doesn't really have anything to do with pitch, but more to do with formant frequency. So I wanted to just make this quick video to explain why I think that's the case. The way that we're visualizing the sound here is called a spectrogram, with frequency on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, and the intensity of the color just indicating the amount of energy at that frequency at that time. So we can see how the frequency content of the sound evolves over time. You should notice two aspects of human speech in this sound. The first is formants. Those are these thick lines like this one here. Formant frequencies are used to discriminate vowels and also some consonants including r and l. But you should also notice what's called the harmonic structure of the sound. That's these more fine-grained horizontal stripes that are visible here. These are the individual harmonics of the sound, and the further apart these harmonics are spaced, the higher the pitch is. The closer together they are, the lower the pitch is. So in this sound you've got this formant, which is very noticeably shifting down and then up. You've also got the pitch, which is changing. You can see, since the harmonics get further apart here, that the pitch is going up at the beginning, but then it goes dramatically down towards the end of the sound. And usually when people say that they've changed the pitch of this sound, what they've actually done is shifted the entire frequency spectrum, which is the same thing that you get if you just speed up or slow down the sound. So if you just play this sound at twice the speed, it sounds like this.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel.
And indeed the pitch has shifted up here. The harmonic structure shows wider components, but also the formant frequency has changed. This formant here, that before was varying between about 1.5 and 3 kilohertz, is now varying between about 3 and 6 kilohertz. So you've actually changed everything, both the harmonic structure and the formant frequencies. And in this version, by the way, I still hear it as Laurel, and I think most people do as well if they originally heard it as Laurel. But if you compress the whole frequency spectrum downwards by playing it at half speed, this version I hear more as something like Yanny, and it seems a lot of people who originally heard it as Laurel are hearing Yanny here. And people have described this as a shift in pitch, which it is, but it's not only that. I think the most important thing is that this formant frequency has shifted lower. Now it's varying between about 750 and 1.5 kilohertz. So this is more likely to make the difference between which vowels and consonants you hear. And just to demonstrate that, I have a version of this where instead of speeding it up or slowing it down, which shifts the whole frequency spectrum, we've kept the formant frequencies the same, but just replaced the harmonic structure to shift the pitch down 1 octave. So the pitch is shifted down by the same amount as in the last version, but we kept the formant frequencies like they were in the original version. And here is what that sounds like.
Laurel,
One more time.
Laurel, Laurel.
So if, like me, you originally heard the sound as Laurel, you probably still hear it as Laurel in this last example. And that's because the formant frequency hasn't changed, even though the pitch has. So it really to be precise, doesn't have to do with pitch, but with formant frequencies. So just one more time. Here's the original.
Yanny.
Here's the version where the whole frequency spectrum is compressed downward by playing it at half speed.
Yanny.
And here's the version where only the harmonic structure has changed.
Yanny.
So thanks for listening. I hope that helps.